Okay, I thought I would do a video on teaching recall. I get a lot of questions about this. This is a big struggle for people. How I teach the recall is I use a long line like this. The dog's on a 20-foot long line. And I make time to specifically do repetitions of recall. And really the key to teaching recall is you have to be able to follow through. So when you recall the dog, you need some sort of tool or means to make sure it happens if they choose to not come to you. So long line's a great option. And all I do is I just kind of meander around. I let her drift away, um, focus on something else, and then I'm just going to just say her name and say Lola here. And when she comes, as soon as her head turns to look at me, I'm going to mark it with a yes or a good girl. And I'm going to encourage her. I'm going to encourage her the whole way back to me, and then I'm going to pay her with food. So I do lots and lots and lots of repetitions of that with the intention of specifically teaching the recall. You can't teach recall by having your dog loose in your yard and calling them and they ignore you half the time and don't recall, and that will not work. You're just diminishing your command doing that. The dog is learning to not take you seriously, and they're not learning. And we want the dog to succeed. So this long line is going to help her succeed, even if she's confused, doesn't get it, or just chooses not to come. So I'm just going to wander around. I might go for a walk down the road. I might walk around a field. I might take her to a park. And when she's tuned away from me like she is right now, I'm just going to call her. Lola, here. Yes, good girl. And as soon as she turns and pays attention like she did, I'm going to mark it and encourage her all the way back. So there's not much going on out in the street for her to distract on, but I can just kind of walk around. And as you can see, she kind of knows the deal because we've been working on this. So now she knows that's probably what I'm going to do. So she's pretty engaged, and it's harder. You'll find it gets harder for your dog to be distracted from you and out at the end of this leash because they're starting to pay attention to you as the handler. Lola, here? Yes, good girl. So I'll also just walk down the road like we're going for a walk. Let her get out in front of me a ways, and then I'll just stop. Lola, here? Yes. Good girl. So I go for a lot of long line walks. I let them sniff. I let them, explore, run around. They don't need to be in heel. And then I take lots and lots of opportunities to recall them when they're not paying attention or distracted. So I might go over on this grass. And she's getting this, so she's paying a lot of attention to me, which is great. Lola, here? Yes, good girl. So teaching recall is actually pretty simple, but it's just getting yourself set up and ready to go do the reps. Have the long line on, have food in your pocket. I have a whistle. You can use a whistle. So what I would do with that is again, she's distracted, not paying attention. I'd blow the whistle, and then I'd say, Lola, here. With the idea being she starts to associate that whistle sound with getting to me in a quick manner, because then eventually if she's out in a field far away, I can blow this whistle. She can hear it from a lot further away and come running. So I like to layer that in. But really, it's about having the tools on and doing lots and lots of reps and making a big effort to teach the recall before you'd ever take this leash off and call her without it on and expect her to actually know what that means or pay attention to it. So work on it every single day as much as you can. Recall is crucial to your dog's safety. Just to be able to enjoy your dog off leash at some point, it's very, very important. So it takes a lot of work. You got to do the reps. Good luck.